Right, hiya. Last chance to dance. I've tried filming this 2 or 3 times already and it's not going well. But number of videos I've started and abandoned over the past few weeks have been like ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I've kind of only just got in from work, but I've got a minute while the oven's eating up for the kids to see. So I'm trying to do a video about this because I've worked on this a bit over the past couple of weeks. I sold that Magnolia painting that I'd done, so I was able to afford to take a little bit of time off work to work on this. It's fucking this close to taking out in garden and saying, oh, I swear to God. But I didn't. I mean, at the point I was going to burn it, I'd have been, I wouldn't, you know what I mean, I wasn't like really pissed off, like, oh, we burned it. Not like that, it's just like, am I just smashing my head against the brick wall here? Is there a point? So, yeah, rather than burn it, I carried on working on it. The thing was, I knew what was wrong with it, really. It was, well, all wrong. But the sky, I think in the last video I said like I'd been painting my fingers and rags and stuff like that, which, God, I hadn't done that since, well, before I knew how to paint, really. You just kind of make it pretty go along. You know, maybe I thought I was being creative or something like that, but it wasn't working anyway. But it meant that to sort of salvage it, I knew I had to repaint the entire sky, and I really didn't want to do it. Like put a glaze across the whole thing. But I had to use like fairly opaque paint to do it because I didn't want to. Wanted some of the basics and bits underneath to come through, but I wanted a lot of that drama and contrast that I put into it, like kicking right down. I mean, everybody that had seen it, that I spoke to about it, was sort of saying, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, it looks really good and all that, but they don't know what they're talking about. It was fucking shit. Like, I don't know, it wasn't good, but I think I've salvaged it. Well, I'm happy enough with it. It's not finished, but I reckon a couple of days work and that'll probably finish it. But anyway, so last time I did a video, I'd done the foreground and I'd done the sky, and I'd done both of it painfully. It's worked in the foreground, the bit that I've done in the foreground, but it won't work in the sky. But anyway. I'm not meant to be doing that. I'm not meant to be giving myself shit or like going on about my fucking face. Because that's a bit of a feature of these videos, I think, and I don't think it's necessarily a good one. But anyway, fucking twat. Jesus, no, I'm carrying on. I'm soldiering through this because, like I said, I've had a bunch of goes at it and it's just been doing me head in. So I'm trying to slow down, not trying to puke it all out, just to get this over and done with as quickly as possible. And I'm trying not to freak out about what my face looks like. On a similar thing, I won't do fucking sidetracks, but I'm going to just real quick. Like, next thing I'm going to work on is probably the little apple blossom that's up there that you can't see in shot, but I'll show you that in a second. Or the sweet pea painting that I was on about, that says like quite a depressing painting, and I wanted to show if I could face working on it. But what I did was the little apple blossom was like just fucking went on the little fucking, what do you call it, like a sideboardy type of thing, just a piece of furniture, if I go with that, fucking piece of furniture in the bedroom. That apple blossom was on it. I moved the sweet pea painting up to it, so I fucking have to look at it every day. Just get used to it, you know what I mean? Like, that's it, it's quite heavy, that painting. I mean, I'm still undecided whether once I finish this I'm just going to fucking abandon this channel entirely, because it will have served its purpose, or whether I'm going to carry on and talk a bit about some of the other work. I don't know. Sometimes I think like I undermine like any potential value that my work might have by doing this, because I'm such a knobhead and I don't quite go with the work, you know what I mean? The work's like more impressive than me. Right, so anyway, I've talked enough shit about sort of nothing. Well, no, I'm not starting it. I've not been in it. I'm doing it, and then I'm gonna go make my kids tea. So I was working on this bit. When was that now? Not back end of week before last. But it was just doing made in. I thought it was all like shit. It's funny, this camera like changes how it looks. It's kind of increasing the contrast. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just camera technology now. It's like tries to second guess you all the time. But anyway, this bit's not too bad. It needs a bit of work, particularly to sort of tie it to this dark strip here in done. I'm going to use a particular sort of glazing technique for that, which I'll probably do a video about when I actually do it. But yeah, the sky, look, I think that's loads better. What I've done, like I said, is I've repainted the whole thing. This kind of puts some of the contrast and drama back into it. It's actually more of a normal kind of sky blue now. Like this area was really quite dark, the blue, and the clouds were like really contrasting highly against it. And same with these, like, I mean, if you go back and look at that old video, you'll probably see they just look rough. But what I've done now is I've done it like all, just done it with brushes, softened it all, brightened it up a bit, lost some of that drama and over the top detail that was in it, and brought it back to that like smooth kind of finish that's more typical of my work. And once you get down here, it's quite heavily textured with the palette knife work that I've done. But you can see what I need to do with this now, because if I come down you see it's textured, and then it goes super flat with this foreground, because I did this with brushes. So I need to bring a bit of this texture into this, just so that they sit together. It doesn't matter with the difference with the sky. I quite often have a little bit of texture in, especially when I'm doing trees and what have you. So it's a bit like pointillism, probably said. There's more work to do on this tree here. Is that in shot? It is now. I'm using the voice selfie stick. It's actually quite handy. Yeah, it needs a bit of brightness. Little highlights will bring that forward. Like highlights tend to chuck things forward. So it'll just give it a bit more shape, a bit more roundness to that. Probably a little bit to do in these canopies here. Just a little bit, just sharpening up some of those little branches. I wonder how close I can get before it goes spazzy. Yeah, on a phone that's probably about exactly the same size as the pen, I think. No, maybe more. Anyway, let's not get carried away with that shit. But yeah, so like you can see, it is really starting to come together now. I think I might be quite pleased with it in the end. Oh, and I wanted to just quickly, this is that in shot? Yeah. This is the palette that I used for this hedgerow in the foreground here. It's exactly the same palette as the main field, but it's got crimson in it. So it's like Sheavening's yellow, cadmium yellow, raw umber, crimson, ultramarine and white, and that's it. And that's the palette for that. So what I'm, like I say, to finish this painting now, I need to bring a bit of, you know, a bit more shape into the trees, touch up a little bit of that, bring some texture into that, use this strip to bind it all together, and then I want to bring a little bit of this crimson. I think I might have said this in the last video as well. I repeat myself all the time, honestly. TT is real. Fucking hell, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I want to bring just like a little bit of this crimson into some of the dark areas on this, or just where I can get away with it. It'll be little bits, very few, and you kind of won't see them as such, but it'll tie this together somehow. And then yeah, same with this. Might do a little bit of darkening in the, although no, I guess it'd be reflected light with the thing. I might even have a quick look at reference image for that, but I abandoned the reference image a little while ago now because I'm just trying to do the painting. So yeah, that's what I said. I'd show you that little apple blossom, didn't I? That's that. Started that years and years ago as well. Never finished it. Just needs a top glaze on it. You know, it's. I don't know. Are you getting familiar with the process, or have I just talked about this stuff? Maybe I will do that, because if I put a top glaze on that and you can see what it does to it, you'll understand why that one's not finished. Because everyone looks at that and says, it looks like it's finished to me. And you know, it's kind of nice that they think that, but it doesn't to me. I know what, yeah, that could be a lot better than it is. I still intended to palm it off on my mate Cat, but I haven't been over there. Sorry Cat, just fucking life, innit? But yeah, I'm going to palm that off on her for a bit, because I ain't got time or space to work on it. I've got a load of shit I want to do to sort out this room. Just like down here, it's like all my kids' bikes and a lot of my work stuff. And I want all that shit out of here. I want this room sort of nice and clear if I'm going to work in it. Because, yeah, that appears to be where things are going. I'm actually quite enjoying painting. Even when it's difficult, I'm enjoying it, you know. It's nice to go back to it, but obviously, yeah, real world stuff as well. I don't know when I'm going to get to finishing this now. Well, like I said, I had a few days off over the past couple of weeks, and then, yeah, that sky took me 3 days to sort out, which wasn't that bad, really, you know what I mean? I knew as soon as I started it again that I didn't like it, so, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to shut up before I, like, say something really moronic and, you know. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'll show you my prints, but I'll show you these before. I've got these little prints that I'm getting sorted out. He says, oh, it reminds me, yeah, I met a guy who's probably going to do a web shop for me that I can get some prints on, but I need to message him back. He messaged me earlier in the week and I forgot. So I'll get back to him, and hopefully we'll have some prints sorted soon. I've still got them bigger ones, so I'll show you that last time. It's just fucking rolled up down there. Oh shit, I've just had a message come in from Alex. Let's do some work for him. I've got to message him back as well. Ah shit, right, anyway, I'm going to go put my kids to tea and message Alex and what have you. But yeah, hope you're all alright, you know. Yeah, whatever. I'm going. Cheers.